Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Project Zomboid 0 to Hero. Where we left off last, we had finished up one classroom, barricaded another window downstairs, got some planting done, and yeah, so progression, slowly but surely. For now, let's go back to clearing stuff out, get our bat out just in case the poo hits the fan. Put this on the left. Okay. So we'll get the materials here that we left behind, which were just a bunch of wood scraps. Then we'll end up putting all these in, put these all away so that we know we've got a bunch of wood scraps to work with for making, while trying to carve small handles for carving, getting that up. I forget if we got a carving one or not, but we've got an opening for it at least. Close that up so we know that if any Zeds do come upstairs and decide to break down a random ass door, they might get that one and spare our room for the time being. This has a little bit of space, but it's not going to hold all of these. It barely even held a lot. Didn't really hold a lot. This one's got a good bit of space though. I'm going to double check, see if we got carving one. I think we do, but better to check and know than guess. Yes, we do have carving one. So whenever we do decide to work on that, we can get the boost going. So check these lockers on the way. We'll probably get in between here. Oh, it reaches all the way down there. That one. That one. Odd how it moves just right for me to be able to check all those. CD player. Candied fruit slice. A little bit of margarine. Garbage bags got some stuff too. Alright. I'll actually pick you up for making rain collectors. Probably everything in that lunch bag's decayed by now. Oh no, beef jerky, good. Rotten. Other stuff though. Only capacity of 3. Might be able to use that for fire starting stuff. Okay. Nothing else. You know, we'll actually clear out the hall for this side at least. Don't have super big use for the combo locks. It might be something I could melt down in the future for blacksmithing stuff. I'm not 100% sure. We will find out though. Okay, so all this is cleared. Don't want to exhaust myself too much before getting to exercise time though, which really need to get up. Need to get up that 5 strength. Yeah, getting more fitness would be good too, but being able to carry things around more would be even better. Okay, so this is almost full. Put a couple things in here at least. That's pretty full. That's got some space. I forgot that I had the lunchbox here. That's for clothing. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, these are starting to get really filled up. Place item. Put the lunchbox over there, and then we'll check that in a second here. Rotten burrito. Put that in the other thing. Handbag, what can you carry? We're going to steal another desk and put it over here. Well, not so much steal since there's nobody for it to really be stolen from, but still. Okay, got that. That can go there. These can go in here too. Haven't dropped below 80 yet. Rotten stuff can go in the garbage for now. That's not full, okay. There we go. So let's actually go and grab a desk and bring it up here. Oh no, we still need to loot out the room, actually. Okay, take all. We'll clear out this first desk and we'll take it with us. Not build. Pick up and place all the way over here. I should have done more with the ones that were closer. Oh well, it be what it be. Slowly getting the upstairs here cleared out. Haven't had too much success with getting a lot of planks out of it. But, you know, that's how it is. And we'll, just because I know it'll bother me. There we go. Rotate that. At least they're facing the right way. So that gives us another thing to work through. Like I see these things on the ground. I forget if I left stuff there or not. Guess not. Just stuff on the ground. Yeah, just trash. Okay, so we got this cleared out. Anything useful over here? Pottery 3. That's actually a nice find. And 3 garbage bags go through. Of course, that instantly pops that. Oh, daikon. Coffee, lead pipe, metal scrap. Couple useful things in that. Oh no, not the cheesecake. Got some chalky chips. So take all 3 of those. Since we're pretty full, we'll take these all back. Sort of slow process, just going through everything. Got some food stuff to put away. work on that now. These are good to go there. Eraser, garbage scrapes. Okay, so this one can get the Pottery 3 book. Then all rotten stuff can go in the trash can until we make a composter. Rotten. 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 These two are rotten, so they'll go in there. Now it's just find something with enough space so we can drop this stuff off at. No. No. Empty. Close one. Where we got the hoodie here. That was actually the only closed thing that we got. So the rest of it can go in here. Make sure I had to make sure I wasn't throwing stuff in there that when it went there. So that's that cleared out. Food stuff's in there. I sort of wish with the remote stuff, we could eventually take things like the lunch boxes there. If you end up getting like your hands on a bunch of lunch boxes, you could essentially turn those into sort of like claymores. I think that'd be pretty neat. And we sort of have like all the stuff that in game that we could do that, and I think claymores were definitely around that time. Oh, we have a home game console. That's definitely something to report for electronics. Yeah, we got the full ×3 modifier for that too. We'll just get a little extra weight on this run, since most of these I don't think are going to have a lot of heavyweight things on it in them. Because it is 1800, so our usual route of exercise and reading till 2000 and get some sleep. It's sort of easy to tell which ones we've been through since they're all missing desks. If I had a sledgehammer, I'd probably bust open the wall here and make it a whole room, but at the same time I'm sort of concerned about structural integrity. Either way, so we've got to put a lot of this stuff away, and I don't want to burn through too much time super organizing them. So a lot of stuff just gonna be thrown right in. Luckily, a lot of it is just stuff that could already be clumped together. And that just leaves that. We got our one pencil there, so that's good. Our water flask is getting a little bit low, but not super bad. I decided to hold down shift, but I guess I didn't. So, unequipped. Unequipped. Backpack gets our stuff in it. So much stuff we gotta put in here now. Maybe best just throw these in like that now. Then you go to the floor. And exercise time. Only took us a little bit longer. Since we've still been doing some heavy lifting, I'm gonna still wait. Still got high exertion out of that. I think that was our full 30 minutes right there. Front, back, where? Probably takes me more time to put everything on than anything else. Okay. Right. Where? Rest for a bit. Move that there. Starting to get tired. Why didn't that one go on? Ah, goofy game. So, reading our agriculture book. So that's done for where we do get to it. We'll try until 2100. And of course, we're a little bit hungry, so we'll probably eat some of that chocolate that we found. Lay down and get some sleep. There we go, 2100 now. Okay. Go through that a bit. Where are those chocolate bars? Not a whole lot left in that, so we'll eat that up. Chocolate chips can probably be used for something else. Eat all that too, so don't wake up hungry. Eat that last bit of the crackers there. Research. I didn't know I could research this, so I'll check that out. They are cooked, so that's good. There we go. Eat all. So let's go down to the kitchen here and cook up some more stuff in a bit. Things are getting there. Gonna have a boost on cooking until we get this next level, at least. Carpentry is going to go up in little bursts as I get 4 planks to work with for fully barricading up a window. I know 3 is all that's needed to actually get the 2100 to, what was it, 7, okay, about 7 hours sleep, okay. Gonna fill this up. But as I was saying, I know 3 is all I need for actually, should probably refill my stuff real fast. 3 is all you really need to stop them from seeing you, but might as well go with the full. Well, we might just go with 3s to start off with, and then if we get stuff going, maybe go for a 4th one on some of them for the extra security. But that like completely takes out the ability for light to come through, if I remember right. I heard something. No, okay. Got a lot of water down here, so that's good. So I know I can leave the water go for a little bit on plants. So obviously you want to try to keep them as watered as possible. Ah, I was an idiot. I should have brought down something to read while cooking. Stale, anything that can be cooked that... Nope, okay. Marmalade 30. Lard. So I think that's bullpucky that the bacon still leaves you unhappy even if after you've cooked it. It's like, no, bacon should always make you 100% happy. Oh, pork chop, we can grab that. Grab that. Open this up. So today we're actually going to get some exercise fatigue. Try to keep an eye on the doors while we're doing this. The bacon will get cooked first, and then the rest of them. I mean, that's one thing I hate, though it's pretty true, is like the damn fish fingers cooking even though they're still like half frozen. Always hating that. Only it hasn't happened a whole lot to me, but end up biting into a fish stick and it's like still cold in the middle. Which will finish cooking first, the bacon or that? Bacon's done. Grab that out. Get this a little bit longer. Grab all those out. Get all that. So we're pulling that at least. We'll have a pork chop and some fish fingers to take along with us. And that should get us through the day. So we're well fed. Everything's getting there slowly. Still haven't gotten blown up to level 2 just yet, but it's getting there. 2/3 the way through strength 3. Fitness is slowly approaching the halfway mark. Grab that out. Alrighty. No, I could have ripped apart that clock while I was waiting. Oh well. Let's check on our plants here real fast. Fairly certain they're still going to be okay. But if not, I can always just come back in here, fill up that water bucket, and water them. Well watered. Well watered. Okay, so they're still well watered. That's good. I'll close the door. There we go. Sort of we haven't had any rain of late, but so many discs here, like we could still find, well, potentially find the stuff that we need for barricading down here. I will mainly get the upstairs cleared first. I'd like to know how the heck I keep staying at that low. Everything here should be cleared out. I think even if I found forging one at this point, I probably wouldn't waste the time to read it. Because just so much time to read through in a single thing. And it's only like 30 XP. Okay, we got something out of that. Nails. Probably more nails because it doesn't look like any planks are there. Yeah, just nails. Not to complain a whole lot about it. So we need to get 4 planks to get another door done. That's a log right there you cut up. Broken. I think cutting logs also gives carpentry. I can't remember. I know it definitely produces 3 planks, so that would give us enough to get 1 window right there. Another time with just nails. Grab that up now before I forget about them. And they're all going in here. Okay, so a bunch of wood scraps left over. I think we actually got a plank out of that one. Yeah, got plank and nails. I think we'll actually grab up the nails as we go, so we don't have to like search around for like, oh, where did these fall? So we got 2 planks, 4 nails already. Need 2 more planks still. Or just 1 more, just to get the no visibility from the zombies. Yeah, we'll save on resources for now and do that. Alright, there's our 3 planks. Trying to be over encumbered. There. What a time for exercise fatigue to kick in. Yep, all my stuff is muscle strain. But that's what you gotta deal with while you're starting off with 0 stuffs. Well, 0 skills. I'm hoping that no group of zombies have randomly started meandering their way towards the front here. Since there's still a good chance that that may have happened. Or even any of them being in there. Let's get near here and see. Okay, Looks like we're in the clear for building. I always lose track where these things are. There we go. That's our 3 for that one. So that's another window. We need to get that one pretty much done with the front. The doors I probably won't secure it until I know for sure that I have ins and outs set up for at least on this floor. But that gave us a little boost in our carpentry there now. So we will take one last desk apart and call it a night. Also, before that, let's take this apart too, since we get our electrical bonus going. Like, it's a bit of a shame that they haven't put solar powered stuff at all into this, like, even if it's just for batteries, you know. Dang it. Because I was curious about it, and I decided, you know, why not? I'll check whether or not it is historically accurate that there was more solar powered stuff back then. It's like, yes, there were solar panels and stuff back in '93. I think at that time, from what I read, they were like at 15% efficiency essentially compared to other sources, I guess. Well, while we're BSing about this, we'll just keep it from this part. So technically, solar panels would not be out of the question for being in the US during that time. And heck, I think it was like the next year or the year after, things jumped all the way up to like 30% efficiency. So there were advances even like really close to this time for solar panels, which would make for a good renewable source, because once you've dried up all the gas in town, we have no alternative for, well, there's one plank, for being able to drive our vehicles around, or to have batteries, or even just a small house that has lighting to it, at least we'll say like halfway through the day, until you get enough batteries made up for doing the shit. So we'll clear up this room. Need to do that, need to do that, and then we'll be all clear here. We've got one plank so far. Need 2 more to do a window. I think the front windows will be all covered then. Well, the front door windows would be covered. Like I said, I'm going to leave the doors open for until we get ropes set up. Probably one right there, one right there. You know, I mean, heck, technically, if I have enough sheets, I can just do every friggin' window if I wanted. Because I'm not sure if the sheets can be, we'll get all the way from the top, the rooftop down. Might need 3, I don't know. Not sure how they work. I've never actually made it far enough or set anything up that I would need, well, that I would use those bed sheets ropes for. Alright, so all we got so far out of this was 1 plank. A lot of these were just fails, but it be what it be. But this will be another room knocked out then. Then we'll come up this side and check the lockers, throw stuff in the room. Let's loot out this room, then break it up. We got 2 planks at least so far. Can we get a 3rd one? Are we going to be lucky enough for a 3rd one? Okay, only minor. This one only gave nails, I think. No, it gave a plank. So we'll actually go and board up one more window before we end the stream. We'll end the recording. Sort of give away exactly what I'm like really used to doing over just making videos. I need to remember where I put all my nails. But luckily this is another step towards a forever base. Just if there was a way to poke about the system where we could actually have water to fish from. There we go. Grab half. Carrying this heavy weight around definitely helps out a bit with our other stuff. I don't really want to have my hammer out as the current primary weapon, but it's got decent durability to it. Anything out here that might attract their attention? No. Okay. Let's hopefully not get a boo-boo from any of this. Okay. No new boo-boos. Good. And our exercise pain already went away, so that's cool. One. Ta-da! Front door windows have been barricaded. Now we need to get these 4. We'll just loop around the building. I don't know if I'm going to actually do the back area. Again, I need to do more research on whether or not this crap actually ends up being something that the zombies can beat down. I think next rainfall we'll try to check for washing all those, well, ripping all those clothes up and turning them into rags and washing them. Right now we're just going to gather up all these bits of wood for use with other things. It's like trying to use every resource we have available for this challenge. Because so much of this is more about going about things as smartly as possible. The problem is I'm not that smart. Oh, backpack's already full. Okay. Boop. Might as well just do the full haul. I forget, I think we had some on the ground over here, yeah. So, another room knocked out. next episode we'll go through those and then loot this room and start working on that one. Hopefully it's not, there's no like horde that will hear me downstairs. I'm gonna want to look at the window before I start beating the hell out of stuff. We shall see. Okay. Broken glass go here. Bunch of scrap wood. More scrap wood. These were heavy. Heavy enough to push my torso up to muscle strain. Alright, got all that done. I want to eat it now, but at the same time I don't. Just because having to deal with going downstairs to make food again is not really something I'm really up for right now. So, ending off here, we have a little bit of, still need to take that off. Got some muscle strain from moving all the wood scraps that we had left over there. These lockers are all gone through. Everything that was lootable in these two rooms is looted. Need welding tools to get rid of these. Had some work on our carpentry skill due to barricading. Some work on cooking. We've got some work on electrical because we were able to take apart. I actually missed. I can't stand for that. I should have gotten this clock while I was in there. So, in fairness, I will get this now while we are still, so we know this room is completely done. How much was that? 20. That's sort of a low chance of getting anything out of it. But it still feeds our electrical, so that's 2405. Actually got some. Where did it go? On the ground, of course. Took us up to 2809, so 92, so we got 4.87 out of that. Not a whole lot. But that's the way it is, eh? We got a desk lamp in there, and we probably have a clock in here too that we could rip apart. Actually, could even rip apart this clock too because we don't have much use for it right at all, since we have our wristwatch, which never runs out of batteries for whatever reason. Is this gonna be another lucky one or no? We got another one. Nice. Electronic scrap this time. Okay, so boop. We will put you guys in down here, wherever this is. I'll take it. Boop boop. But again, so more electrical worked on. About halfway through that. Well, getting close to the halfway mark. Be 37.5. Then started reading agriculture, since that's going to take a while for the plants to even grow, so there's a chance that, you know, we don't even live that long. animal care. We have to find some critters to actually do that with. I think we can get rabbits, but I'm not 100% sure. Butchering will come with that. Fitness at the 1/3 mark. Light-footed and sneaking are both going along at a good rate. I don't run a whole lot, so not much for nimble. Strength, closing the gap to get level 3 here soon. Level 5, I think, is when everything has really started kicking off with getting rid of the weak one, and then I'm not sure if there's anything else that would get disappeared from that. Unfit, I think I need to get up to 5 fitness to get rid of that. Other than that, we've been doing okayish with keeping up to our schedule. Only had to use first aid a little bit because of the time I was cleaning up glass and ended up cutting my finger, I guess. Foraging, I do have the Foraging 1 book, but I'm not super... No, I don't have the Foraging 1, I've got Foraging 2. Don't really care about the last 30 XP, I'll probably just forage that up here randomly and get that done. Trapping, I think, is one way that I could use for trying to get rabbits. I know it can be a good source of food, but I forget how far away I'd have to set this stuff up. It has to be like 75 tiles or something away. I got tracking. So many of these things I'm not sure on still, since I haven't done them at all. Fishing, I've got an idea of how to do it, but I've never actually done it in the game. Other than that, that's getting higher. Sadly, the short blunt doesn't get worked on from beating the hell out of all this furniture. But that's the way it is. Again, thank you guys very much for joining me on this little adventure. And next time, like I said, we're going to start on the other side of the hallway down here. Just clear this upstairs, since it's probably the safest way to get planks going together for barricading up the downstairs. I'm going to try to do at least 3 planks on each window, so zombies don't see me from outside. Yes, I do know they can still hear me, but I could always just try moving the desks and stuff upstairs and then disassembling them. That'd be very time consuming, but it would be the safest route to take. But until then, do remember to subscribe or follow or whatever you're watching on here. And if you don't want to, that's up to you. I'm not your dad. Till next time, tacos and burritos. Bye.